Hey, welcome back to Five Lakes Garage. Guess what? We're back on a 2003 Ford Ranger again. And what are we gonna do? We're gonna fix her window because she got a boo-boo. All right, Ray came home from school the other day and had a problem with the window. Wouldn't go up, wouldn't go down. Took it all apart, did some molar metering, did some test lighting, stuff like that, traced the circuit all the way back to the motor, and everything checked out. So it's not the quick fix, but it is going to be a fix. So the motor itself is locked up. This thing's got some age on it, but now it's time to upgrade it to something new. This thing here is about 40 bucks, and it should be relatively easy to fix. Now, some of the tools that you're going to need for this would be, obviously, a new regulator. Now, don't forget, you got a passenger side and you got a driver's side. They're both different. You're going to need a drill. Why do you need a drill? Because it's a Ford. Also going to need a pot rivet gun and some pot rivets. Now, some of these brackets, unless you got some really big monstrous pot rivets, it's a little bit wallery. So what I did was actually go out there and made my own little washers because I didn't have any. And I'm going to put that on there, squeeze it, and then it should be nice and tight. Anyway, first thing we do, let's get the door apart. All right, so we have the door right here, and everything is kind of annoying. I ain't gonna lie to you. Not a big Ford fan. Anyway, there's a screw right there and a screw right there. As soon as you get those out, just Phillips head. This whole section right here, okay, full disclaimer, I already got it apart. Because I was testing it. All right, so let's get this guy off. There we go. So yeah, so this just pops off. Now you do have electrical connections right here in the back. We're gonna go ahead and pop those off. Now don't break the tabs. All right, so I took those off first just because I want to show you this right here. Now these guys here, you have the little tab right there. And then you have a tab on the other side, comes right out. Now the reason why you need to know that is because to get those guys off, because you have a tab on both sides, is that you get these out first and then get the electrical off. There we go. Okay, so we have the door wide open. Now, are you done? No. Why? Because of Ford. There's a screw right here, a little Phillips head. You pull that out. So that will actually free up the door panel. Now, these panels right here actually have a little hook on the back, which I'm going to show you that here real shortly. So you go straight up with it. Come out to the other side, and they have these little hooks here. Now, I will give Ford some credit. These are a whole lot better than those one-time use snapped little pin things that you always break off every time you take this thing off. There we go. Okay, so now you have the inside of the panel. Now, this is a vapor barrier. This right here is just glued on. You should be able to take it off. Now, be careful with it because you do need to reuse it. Because you don't want to have some cold air or hot air coming through. So you have everything set. Now, come with me and I'll show you exactly why we need a drill. Okay, so here's your electrical connection for your actual motor. Now, this is the reason why you need a drill. Because you got a pot rivet, a pop rivet, pop rivet, and pop rivet. Now you're going to take a punch and just knock that out, and then once you knock that part out, then you should be able to just drill those four out. Once you get that out of the way, everything else should come down. Now, the one thing you do want to do is actually support your window, or else it's going to crash on down. So we're going to put a little bit of clamp right here. Nothing too tight. You just don't want it to crash down and break the glass, because that would suck. So another thing you can do is actually put some tape up here, maybe go up and over, and be able to keep the glass from sliding down while you're taking this apart. And this is the other section that we need to pull out. So once we get these four out, this right here should just slide right out, and we'll be good to go. So I'm gonna go get a punch, and then we're gonna drill, and then we're gonna replace it. All right, got my little punch, drift, whatever you wanna call the darn thing. We're gonna take those little inserts and pop them out. All right, once you get it, grab yourself a drill bit. Now, you don't need a really big drill bit. You just need to get a drill bit enough to actually wallow this guy out. Now, do not mess up the door. Because if you mess up the door, then, well, you're just back to square one, or you got to figure out a different way, maybe a bit bigger washers. So, that's hot. All right, we're almost done with the last two, but like I said, don't forget to support your window. Crash down, break, game over. All right, there you go. So this is the little arm that you have to go all the way through, and then it ends right about there. So it should be, man, they don't make it easy to film. Ford didn't make it easy for us YouTubers. My hats are off to all you Ford mechanics. You ride down the road and you see a lot of things. It's like, oh, only fix Fords. Dude, you guys have a whole nother level of patience. Anyway, so there's the regulator. I was able to get it out. Be careful with it. It is kind of a tight fit. Don't bend anything, especially these rails, or else your window is gonna suck. Anyway, so now let's put our new one in. All right, so the good thing is that the holes aren't quite wallered out. This looks like somebody actually has been in here before. This last one down here is wallered out pretty good. The rest of them looks like we're going to be able to work with our little washers in the back. So let's see if we can get this to slide in. There you go. Same way it came out. That was a whole lot easier. All right, so before you put your rivets in, make sure it's on the track. So let's. All right, there's your track. All right, as you can see, now it's in the track, right where we need it. Now, while you're in here, clean everything up, throw some lubricant on it. I mean, you have the thing apart, might as well do it. All right. Real quick tip, if you get the one started, don't break it off yet because you still need to move it around. And you got to get the other four nice and lined up. That one is wallered out. Got to fix that. Anyway, so what I did was actually push the window all the way up, put my clamp on it again, and then I just hooked up the little switch, and then was able to move it up and down till they lined up. That actually helped out pretty well. So now you just got to put the rest of them in. Easy peasy, baby. That is if you can get your hand all the way back here. All right, so everything's installed. We're ready to actually test it. Now, before you actually go in there, like I said, use some lubricant. I like to use this white lithium grease. This one's just made by WD-40. No, they're not a sponsor. In the felts, I like to use a silicone spray because the white lithium grease, it kind of makes a mess. But that will actually stay on the inner workings a little bit longer. Not only that, before you close it up, get all your crap out. All this stuff that was inside the door that you just drilled out is going to go tank every time you turn a corner. Let's get rid of it. So anyway, got the key on. Let's see if she works. Let's go down. All right, she's a little tight. There she goes. Look at that. Sweet. Yeah. All right, so I just lubricated everything. Like I said, white lithium grease. Also, I use this blaster silicone spray. Put it all in your felts, all the way down. Kind of squirt a little bit extra in the corner so it'll actually seep all the way down. And then you got to work it in. So let's just go up and down a few times. Well, that works a lot better. There you go. Not too bad for 90s technology. It is a 2003, but it's an old window. Anyway, the only thing we have left to do now is actually put everything back together. Now, like I said before, don't forget your felt or your... Alright, don't forget your windbreak here. Make sure all that is in there, and you have all of your holes down here to where you can actually get your panel back on. Alright, let's get this guy back off. There we go. Alright. Don't forget your wires. Now the big trick here, the biggest thing you need to do is make sure that your door lock gets into the hole. That's a pain in the butt. Thanks, Ford. Alright, we're going to try this again and try to use our brain this time. So I just got a piece of string that's actually tied, that's taped to it. So that should hopefully line it up enough to get your door on. Alright, make sure everything's in, everything's latched. Bam! Alright, so, I forgot the wire. Alright, everything is in, all my clips are in. It's not going to go anywhere. Now I do have my lock up here, my string worked pretty well. Make sure you get your electrical lines out, and we just need to put our screw in, and then we're almost done. Let's go find the screw. Alright, you notice I'm actually using a regular hand screwdriver. The only reason for that is that the drill, it's got too much torque. You can strip this stuff out. It's very thin, very cheap, you know, tin. And if you strip it out, then you're out of luck. Anyway, get this guy back together. All right, don't forget your 2 little black screws. Kind of holds things together. Okay. Snap, snap. We get your window. Now, you have a little tab right there, which corresponds to this little tab right there. So you can't get it backwards. There we go. Stuff it back down. Bam. Alright. Same tab on this one as well. So you can get that backwards. Unlock. Alright. Put that back on. Alright, let's turn the key. Alright, see what we got. Oh, it goes down. And then it goes back up. Bam, so that's a simple little project that you can actually make your daughter really happy. Unfortunately, she did not make it back out here. She's going to have to do double time on the next project. But maybe I'll leave the tape for her to take off, since it kind of baked in the sun for a few days. Anyway, check out all the other stuff. Hopefully this kind of helped. And get out there and do it yourself. Pretty easy. Unfortunately, it's a Ford. I had to drill some stuff out. Other manufacturers don't quite do that to this extent. Some of them do. Anyway, take it easy, have fun. Clean it, fix it yourself.